So I'm just gonna lay out the message just how I received it. Let's take a step back. So in February, our full moon was in Virgo with Saturn playing mother father. We discuss the toxicity of having a narcissistic mother. I even gave you guys some personal information about myself. Then we had to adjust ourselves to the seven swords in reverse. Now the seven swords in reverse was telling us that, hey, you were hurt. Let's work on this right now, right? Now we're in March. It's the 10th of March. We're in a new moon in Pisces on a Sunday, and it is also a super new moon. Now what that means is the fact that, one, it's a super new moon, so all energies under the new moon are exaggerated. They're all going crazy. Two, it's Pisces. If you know anything about Pisces, you know Pisces is 2 in 1. The two dualistic energies of our zodiac is Pisces and Gemini. Those two energies are dualistic. They're looking at you from 2 points of views, and there's really nothing you can do about it because that's their God-given talent, right? What I learned from just listening was the fact that if the Virgo has a narcissistic side as a mother and creates little demons in their children's soul groups, then the Pisces has a coddling side that creates demons in this children's soul groups, right? And the resolution for that, with Saturn, you had to learn your lessons, you had to do what you had to do and what it was, right? But with this super new moon under the Pisces sign being ruled by the sun, everyone knows that the energy of the sun is the all father. It's the great father. It's the energy that's still around. Like when we read about spiritual or mythology, we read about all these alt fathers, but at the end of the day, the sun is the one that's still around. So the greatest father of all is the sun's energy, right? I listened to what I heard. I listened to it, right? I didn't get the coddling mother that created the demons. I saw the coddling mother that created the demons, but I didn't get that energy. The energy I received was not a mother figure, but it was more along of a general feminine energy. It was just a regular feminine energy that pretty much is looking back at itself, and it's like, how can I use this sun energy to regenerate myself and also to actually grow from everything that I've been going through? So maybe the first group of information that I received was more like personalized for a specific entity that was speaking with me. But what I personally picked from the ethers is the fact that this Pisces energy under the super new moon, the one thing that is saying is new energy, super new energy. You understand? Like, it's not focused on the basics of the three-dimensional world, because at the end of the day, we're in the third eye space with the sun ruling that day, right? I don't feel anything negative when it comes to that energy. What I'm feeling is I made myself a note: if you feel blocked, unblock yourself. In other words, like if you feel blocked in the third eye space, unblock yourself. And the way that you would do that is you would simply use specific stones, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, and work with specific colors. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, when it comes to the sun's energy, what I like working with is the sun with Aries and the sun with Leo, or the sun with Cancer. The sun in Pisces is like, ooh, I'm so organic, you know, like I'm a bull, so I'm like grounded. Like I see it, but it's gonna take a lot, you know. And so with the sun in Pisces, when I think of Pisces, honestly, I think about one, like a real down-to-earth friend. Like, I'm not talking about like hurt people, I'm talking about normal people who try to live a normal life, you know. I think about like that lifetime friendship that you have, right? And then as I'm further thinking about Pisces, I think about the support. Pisces always supports. Pisces always has good advice, right? That's the information that I receive from that energy. Like, there's going to be some super new energy that comes around. Don't get caught up in the old stuff and try to like live amongst those who still remember. In January we talked about those who still want to practice the old ways versus those who are like, let's bring the old ways with us, but let's evolve them, right? That's what this Pisces energy is telling me. Like, let's evolve. We can still do the traditionals. I'm not talking about religion here, I'm talking about the traditionals, right? But we can evolve it, we can grow from it, right? So now I'm gonna pause for a little bit, and then we're gonna circle back to the stones and also the colors. So we're working with two majestic colors. The color orange resonates with, according to the chakra system, the sacral chakra, right? The color gold resonates with the sun. Literally, it literally resonates with the sun. Now this stone that you see that looks like a cherry and a piece of rock up there, that's called the cherry opal, and that's to unblock that third eye, right? So before I took the pause, I said that one, that feminine energy is not coming off as a mother, it's coming off as like a regular female feminine energy that is bringing about super new energy, right? But it's telling us unblock that third eye if it's blocked, right? Now when I was doing the research, I didn't have that feeling. Like, I was just following the information. I didn't have that super feminine energy bringing about super energy. I knew it was going to be a super new moon, but I didn't know it was going to be like that level of energy. Now that I put the two together, and I did make a note for myself, unblock third eye, right? And now the cherry opal with that unblocking energy, I'm going to have to pause for a moment here, because the one thing I don't want to do is set anyone up for disappointment. Retract back. And I mean, if you are serious about what's being done here, retract back. Listen to that January. Listen to the February. Acknowledge those childhood pains. Acknowledge those childhood traumas. If you feel like, hey, I've moved past all this stuff, thank you for advising me, but I'm good with all that stuff, then let's move forward. Pisces energy is rulership by Neptune. What that means is Neptune rules the third eye in the European realm of mythology. In the native realm of mythology, they all come together as a pantheon in the third eye realm, but their leader is the sun. If you're unblocking your third eye, you need to learn how to correspond properly with the sun's energy. Now, the sun isn't just an entity that is considered, a race or a group of people. The sun is a totality energy. With having to do all that hard work on your childhood memories, your childhood trauma, your childhood experiences, and if you're serious about unblocking that third eye, to open that third eye. Remember in February I told you, if you go into that third eye realm, when you first get there, it's a mess. It's like going into a marketplace. It's a mess. Then when you keep walking until you reach your own energy, you'll see what you're really doing in the spiritual realm. And then now if you reach yourself and you're like, I want to unblock. Now when you go to unblock, the first thing you're possibly going to come face to face with is the image that you thought that you were. It's not easy coming face to face with this image. It's the image that you thought that you were. And then you're going to see who you really are. Now, in a lot of ways, in more ways than one, there's still attachments that are going about when you're working through your chakra system, right? When I just said that just now, not to put that into the ethers, but it's been a constant attack since 2017. So I'll say it. When I was saying you're going to see not what you thought you were, but who you are, it was a very derogatory image that popped up. And it was just like, I still have an attachment. There's still an attachment to me. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I still have an attachment and that's how it chooses to see me, right? And that triggers me back to childhood to make me understand that that wasn't a trauma, that was an attack, right? So that's the warning. Like, and you might be saying, why is she talking about this? By the time I'm done with the full moon and we do the tarot, you'll understand why I'm saying this, okay? So we have our colors, we have our candles, we have our stone. Let's pause on the new moon energy and then we're going to transition into the full moon. I don't want this video to be too long. So remember I just told you guys we need to pause for a moment because I literally needed to process this super new feminine energy that's on its way. Now March 25th aligns us with the masculine energy. It's the energy of Libra under the moon, meaning that Libra is ruled by Venus, the moon is exalted in Taurus, and the moon is ruler over Cancer. And what I'm reading from this is the fact that this Monday will be a Monday of resolving a lot of love. It will be a Monday of just balancing the energy. Sorry about that. I had noise in the back of my house that I need to figure out. It's about balancing that masculine energy. I tried to find the word. It's the lunar eclipse penumbral. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. And when I saw that, it just talked about how the masculine energy is going to come full force with some new energy. Just as the feminine energy is coming new, the masculine energy is coming new. And to put those two together, you're bound to have a March that is beneficial for your growth and beneficial for who you are, right? So let's pause on the full moon and then let's focus on the tarot cards and you'll see what that means. So the tarot cards of the Fool and Temperance are the two cards that appear. They're both upright, so you don't have to worry about any detriments or any scary stuff. The Fool is pretty much you. You're the Fool. You're the card. You're the reason the tarot is being read. The Fool is the one card that doesn't have a number because it represents you, your life journey, your soul's journey, your spiritual journey. It's you. It's the story of you. Now match that with the Temperance and you have you being told, welcome back, right? Welcome back. You came into this world with innocence for a new beginning, with a free spirit. Welcome back. With everything that has happened to you, you have now re-entered your story if you ejected. Because the Temperance and the Fool together, it's literally saying that something happened. Because the Fool is you, right? But you're being told by the Temperance to balance and work in moderation with patience and purpose. So somewhere along the line, it could have been where you got so excited over life that you ejected from your story and either consciously went into another story or spiritually went into another story. And this physical story that we're talking about here got distorted. So the Fool is telling you, welcome back. Hey, Fool, welcome back. And then the Temperance is telling you, look, this last time you went ham, this time, calm it down. Calm it down. If you don't believe me, in reverse, it's literally talking about self-healing, self-aligning, balancing your imbalancement and stop practicing excess. But upright is saying that you are balanced. Let's practice moderation. Let's be patient. And let's live this life with a purpose. Now, the reason I had pause, give me one quick second. I'll be right back. So when it comes to the full moon, the color of white and silver aligns with the Monday energy. And also you have the natural moon ruling over that day, right? So the reason I had to pause is because we have you are the Fool. Don't get offended when you hear that because you are the Fool. In the world of the tarot, you're the Fool. And when you recognize I'm the Fool, right? Brief story, while I was studying this stuff, the first thing I noticed was it says you're the Fool. I'm like, so okay, if I'm the Fool, then as I'm walking through the tarot, that would mean if I'm the fool who has magic. I'm the fool who's the high priestess. I'm the fool who's the hierophant. I'm the fool who's in a relationship that's called the lovers, and that lovers could be between myself or between another. I'm the fool who will receive the wheel of fortune if I do everything accordingly. I'm the fool if I don't do everything accordingly. I'm going to be the hangman or the hangwoman. I'm the fool that has to understand that through death comes transformation and change. I'm the fool who has to face myself as the devil or the devil himself and understand where I went wrong and what needs to be done. You see where I'm going with this? Now, this March is saying you're the fool that took things too far the first time, have somehow learned to balance, and needs to continue to work in moderation and needs to continue to practice patience, but most importantly, live your life with purpose. If that makes sense, then the candles that I've put up make sense as well, because the color of white and silver are purity colors. That was the whole purpose of putting them up side by side. I could have put up the new moon's colors with this tarot card, but from my perspective, it was important to put up the white and silver so that it can show you that, excuse me, you're not simply the fool who's going to experience balance, patience, and moderation and establish a life of calm and success for yourself. You're the individual who is the fool that is going to practice with clarity and purity to reach that level of balance and stability so that you can live a life of success. This is beautiful because this is taking us into spring. This is March 25th will be that full moon, and we'll be going into we'll be 4 days into spring actually. So this is beautiful. And plus on top of that, with that full moon, you have the energy of Venus that's all around you telling you, let's use the moon's energy to use the Libra scales to balance your emotions so that you can receive and give yourself love. Dude, this is beautiful. Now let's talk about this last stone that we need to talk about. So now the purple violet tourmaline is the stone that we're going to use. This stone is specifically for the sacral chakra. Remember, moon rules over sacral chakra, even though Libra is ruled by Venus that rules over heart. Keep that in mind. So this purple violet tourmaline is for unblocking, stimulating creativity, and then removing illusions. So it works in both the sacral and also the third eye. Now remember our original stone was to unblock the third eye. Now this stone here is to not just unblock, but it's going to stimulate and remove illusions. Illusions are mostly in either the third eye or they're stimulated by negative emotions that we may or may not have. So keep that in mind when you're practicing your March moon rituals. You have strong feminine energy that's coming through. Then you have the color orange and gold for the beginning and the new moon. Then you have at the end of the month you have white and silver that's ruled by the masculine balance scales of Libra. And then on top of that you have the Fool and Temperance, the Fool telling you, hey, maybe you made a mistake in the past, maybe you didn't, but guess what? We have a second chance right now to get things done the right way. And then on top of that, here you have these two stones, the cherry opal and the purple violet tourmaline, that's helping you balance, unblock, remove illusions, and also stimulate that creativity. So in the month of March, we're working with the third eye and the heart chakra, but that heart chakra is being ruled by the sacral chakra. So keep all that in mind when you're working with the energy of the moon in March. I think we got this, guys. I think like if we just keep going, no matter what's going on outside, we might get a handle on this from within. Remember, You're creating your reality. Yeah, there's all kind of crazy energies all around you, but they were there before you were born. They're going to be there after you leave. You're creating your reality. So create it for the benefit of yourself. Don't create it for the detriment of yourself. I will definitely be seeing you guys in April.